Oneita Blessing in Donau. I had an amazing time. From the different panelists, it was a nice time indeed. I learned a lot from the event. Mr. Emeka Nobi shared about his life experiences and basically how to appreciate life that we have. Ms. Lovett talked about our own experience in accounting, and the SUBA boss himself spoke about the 70-30 rule in financing, and that was amazing. I've never really seen financing and accounting in that light. I now know that I could account for every bit of my money that I get and then make sure that I spend, save, invest wisely.
Well, Iyala. It was impactful. I enjoyed myself. I learned so many things, but one of the things that got me thinking over and over again is the 70 to 30%. Then from Lovett, she said, focus on your focus. Like, mind your business. Build what you have. Don't get carried away by what other people do. Just do your thing and develop it.
My name is Glory Mbaleto. I'm a SUBA member. Well, it's so interesting. It helps me to see that one can build a business and continue counting for over 100 years. You know, it's really knowledgeable. The speakers we have, they've really enlightened people to see that one can actually build a business. And it's not a get-rich-quick scheme. It's something you can gradually put in and then sell your experience. I think I'm really glad I came to this event today.
I really love the event. In fact, I learned a lot, and I've learned what I can put into practice. I learned that I can establish a business, and I learned how to do that. I also learned how to focus on my business. I learned from Emeka Nobi that it's possible for me to get a business process that works, the one that people understand. And I can do that if I put my mind into it. From Silas OZOYA, I learned how I can manage my income, how I can manage it, how I can still save with the income I have. So I learned that.
My name is Homa Jameson, and I'm the founder of SUBA Consulting. Oh, the event was awesome, really. I had fun, especially with Emeka Nobi's section when he talked about placing your fees and getting certified. You know, I've always known certifications for promoting business brand, but he threw more light to it today by saying that when you certify, it gives you security for your business, and that was just my take home. Awesome. I'm going home to start everything I've learned, especially certification, placing my fees, so more like you don't just attend events and do free stuff for people. You should monetize it, get a product, productize your brain, right?
My name is Michael Enyebuchi. I work with Mortgage Financial Services. I really like the event. I've really learned a lot today, a whole lot. Like when Mr. Silas OZOYA was talking about how to create or multiply 5 times income, or how to grow your income to 5 times, like 5 different streams. So he was talking about, before I understand that before you can be able to grow your income to 5 streams, you have to be one, you have to be accountable. Accountability is the key. You have to understand that, yes, you have to be accountable for every money you get, every penny you earn, and every money you are spending. You have to be accountable for it. You have to break it down, like your expenses, like the way he broke it down. So percentage will go for health, maybe food, family, spending, leisure, and all the rest of them. Like I've really learned a lot. I understand that accountability is the key. And when Lovett was talking about how to build a business from your experience, or how to grow a business from your experience. And she was talking about focusing on your focus. Like actually, you really have to be focused on whatever you are doing. You don't have to maybe you are doing this today, next tomorrow you are doing this, the other day you are doing another thing. Like you all about being jack of all trades and master of none. So you have to focus on a particular thing, or you focus on a particular goal and start pursuing that goal. And at the end, you see that that goal will be achievable, and you also realize it.
I'm so happy I came. Like, it's worth the time. I really enjoyed every bit of the moments here. Learned loads. You know, there are certain things I didn't learn in the classroom, like learning it that will help me in life. I actually acquired here coming. I'm so happy I did. Okay. Silas OZOYA has taught us some certain things about monetizing your knowledge. You know what I know, like I know I write stories. I like writing stories. At first I didn't know that I can actually get something out of writing stories, you know. But when he was talking about him selling his ebooks through the social media, and as well he used his phone to write most of his books, I was actually challenged, and I was like, God, since I have a lot of people following up my stories on Facebook, I can actually start up telling my stories online, since I have people that are interested in it. So I actually got that one out. And also talking about primary income, so I'm just running up in school. I'm thinking, what next? Since I want to be wealthy, I have that passion. I really want to be wealthy. So when he was talking about investment, I said this is one thing I must do to invest. So I've actually learned that if one must be wealthy, you have to apply those principles. You must have a primary source of income, but not just one source. You must have multiple streams of income. And I grabbed that from him. I learned lots, and I'm so happy I did. If this is what you know, you can do it very well. You know the method, how you do it, your A, the step B, the step C, and you can package this and people will buy it. I learned from him this afternoon that actually with this you can make money. There are certain things we've been neglecting, that we don't know that it can actually give us the money. Why do we go broke? So when I heard him speak, I was like, God, this is very important. I have to take notice of this. And then I have to put them in writing. When I go home, I have to review, read it, and then know where to apply them in my life. So I actually learned a lot from him.
So Anchor's event today is Amiable Executive Officer for South. She's of all the team leaders in the South, she's their own organ for this South. Let us put our hands together and welcome our host for this year's conference, Ms. Oke Inwegwe.
Hello everybody, good morning. Sorry, it's not already. Good afternoon everybody. I hope all having a good time, even if we started late, we apologize once again for that. If we have our programs, I think the first thing we had there was registration and networking session, which most of us have already done.
I want to see everybody I'm talking to, so if you are after this pillar here, just do me a favor, move this way. I want to have everybody between these two pillars so that we come together. The anointing is stronger when we are together. Yes. Let's go. If you are after this pillar, please when you are directing them, let's fill up these parts first. Alright. 5S income from your experience. This year our theme is the business of experience. Previous years we've talked about the business of passion, the business of skills, and today we are going to talk about the business of experience. The business of skill, I think we should have a video for it on our YouTube channel. So in case you've not attended any of our events before, what we do is I'll make sure we record it so that we're able to get it documented, we can go back and learn from those things. So I'm going to be talking about the business of experience. What is experience? First of all, I'm a teacher by default, so we're going to be having teacher-student conversation. What is experience? Who knows what experience is? What is experience? Don't worry, it's not the situation of kasha. What is experience? Anybody, any idea at all? Experience. When you say someone has experience, what is experience? Yes? Please.
Experience could be defined as anything someone has come across in life or has passed through in life. That could be categorized as experience.
Okay. Thank you. Please let's put our hands together for her. So what you have passed through in life, nobody is still 2 years old here. So since you were born, since you could take record of what has been happening around you, this is say somewhere around age 5, you have been gathering experience. I didn't read it anywhere. It is not academically proven or research or whatever. It's not a definition by a professor. It's not an academic strategy. It is a strategy that came out from my own personal experience. Are we following? Now, in 2010 was the first time I was still a school teacher, was the first time I started my own business. I started an entertainment and talent management business in 2010. In 2011, I got my first contract to do a brand promotion project. So since we were doing talent management, they gave us brand promotion. We were to hire the talents to promote the brand and manage those talents. We get money, that's true. However, in 2013, I got so broke and I was eating from my in-laws house. This is somebody a couple of years ago had a business. I was making money. 2 years later, is now broke. The problem was very simple. I had limited income streams. How will this thing? I had what? Limited income streams. Now, in this day and time, you do not depend on one stream of income. So once you are able to productify your experience and you are monetizing your experience, you do not just dwell there. We have made money or we have started making money. So there is no need to start stressing myself to think of how to make other kind of money. No. That was my mistake. I was making money from one source. One of the biggest problems of our parents today, including my own dad, is that they follow this same model. Go to school, graduate, get a good job, retire after 35 years, and wait for your pension. This day and time, the government and most pension managers do not even make up with the pension payments. So, what they do is they now fall back on the children as their retirement plan or as their pension plan. These children, like me and you, have our own families to run, have our own businesses to build. So it becomes stressful for you, it becomes stressful for them. Everybody is not looking older than it should be. This is how I came about the 5S income strategy. So in 2014-2015, I started experimenting certain things. I'm sharing my own experience now. So this is my own 5S income experience. I started experimenting certain things in this 5S income strategy. I asked myself, so being a school teacher, I am earning this amount of money. What if I build another stream that is earning me this other amount of money? And then build this other stream that earns me this other amount of money. So I started researching ways that I can leverage on. One of the key things with the 5S income strategy is leveraging. For you to leverage on other platforms, other products, other companies to grow. And one of the easiest ways you can leverage is using the online space. Using the online space. Assuming you have packaged your experience into a product. Assuming you now have a product, you now have something you are selling. Please take note, for this to work, you must be generating at least the first stream of income. So we have two categories. We have the primary stream and the secondary stream. Or we can call them active income and passive income. However you want to put it, right? But those is majorly in two categories. Even God, when God created the Garden of Eden, right? He created one source of water and then split it into four, making it 5, to be able to water the entire Garden of Eden. If you study the book of Genesis very well, you'll find this there. Yeah. Alright? Now, funny, I didn't think of it like that. It was long into practicing this thing. I was studying one day and I saw it. I was like, oh, God is practicing 5S. Right? Yeah. Yeah. So, if you have one stream of income, it becomes a problem. So, assuming you are in business and you are making some money, that becomes your primary stream. Assuming you are working somewhere and you are making some money, even though you own the company, your company is paying you a salary or a stipend, it becomes your primary source of income. Are we getting this now? You package your experience, it becomes your primary source of income. So that is your first source. What you are going to do is to break that source into 4 other places that can be generating income. Are we following? One of the first ways I did mine was using the internet, online. This is not a one-size-fits-all, but I'm just going to share my own experience. I have worked for me and my businesses, and then you can adjust to fit into your own business and your own strategy. Is that okay? Now, in this day and time, the fastest way is using the internet space. There are about 2 billion people using WhatsApp in the world. There are about 4 million people that own Android phones and use WhatsApp. Right? There are about 2 billion people also on Facebook, and about 4 million of those people are in Nigeria. Are you getting what I'm saying? Now all you have to do, once you have that primary source, dedicate 20%. 20%. I'll share my own personal 70-30 strategy. I don't know if you know the 70-30 strategy. You will do that thing. I don't know if you know it. If you have heard of it, let me see your hands up. Yeah, there's a 70-30 strategy. I adjusted it to fit my own income. So I'm going to share with you later. But let us start with 20%. So dedicate 20%. So assuming I am making 50,000 naira a month. Right? That's about the least in the people, right? Or let's say 20. I started with 20. Right? I started with 20. So let me start with my own. Say you are making 20,000. 20% of 20,000 will be how much? Come again? 4,000. So every month, dedicate 4,000 naira to invest into another stream of income. What I did was, I had been teaching people business development since 2013. So as of 2015, when I started earning salary again, right, I started dedicating 20% of that into investing into my personal brand. So all the stories I have been teaching from 2013, I started compiling them into ebooks to bring another stream of income. Because you are here, I'll give you all the 4 books for free. It's worth 2,000 naira for one. But because you are here today, I'll give you all 4 books for free. These strategies I'm teaching, I wrote them down because I have experienced them. So I started putting them down. How to generate audience that will pay you, how to start a small business, how to convert your ideas into a business, and then writing them down. All I needed to do was, I wrote my book with my phone. Let me shock you. I wrote my 4 books with my phone. I am currently writing a new one, and I'm still writing on my phone. So don't tell yourself that, oh, there's a limitation. No. So I wrote all 4 books, sent the books to a laptop, converted it to a PDF, and I started selling. I started giving that for free, then later I started selling for 1,000. Then later it became 2,000. It's my book, and I started getting my money like now. Because the brand is getting bigger. But at that time, nobody knew me. So I'll come online, I'll spend, out of that, my 20%, I'll spend some money on data. I'll spend some money on ads, on marketing. And then I'll keep some money for transport, out of that 20%. That transport, I don't know where I'm going to. I'm looking for events like this. I'm looking for events. Then I'll use that money as transport to go to those events. I'll just look for free ones. They will go and sit down, meet people, collect phone number. I was gathering marketing data. So I'll start talking to them about my book. Let me talk to your people now, your WhatsApp group. Let me come and talk to your church. Let me come and, because that is my strength, I can teach. So I was teaching because I had spent, I've got 13 years teaching in school. See, I started teaching in 2006 as a school teacher. So that's my strength, that's my biggest experience I have. After doing 13 years in the teaching space, you know how to teach. So I started monetizing that experience. I started telling people, let me come and teach. It started with 5 Alive and biscuits, and then later, today I charge people 50,000 per day at their event to teach. Are we following? I am now monetizing my experience. So while I'm teaching, remember my first source of income is what? School teaching. While my teaching is still paying me, my primary source, I am selling my book. Second source, I am now going to teach at events. Third source, do I have 3 now? Good. Then I discovered that I don't know everything, which is the truth. We don't know everything. So I started looking for people that know some other things that I don't know and have products that I can sell. So I went into affiliate marketing. Like what we are doing with the real estate companies right now is affiliate marketing. We are partnering with them to sell their products and their services. Alright? We are partnering with them to sell their products and their services. From that your primary source, right? Start building secondary sources. I started with affiliate marketing. So there was almost one thing I didn't sell that time. There was the only thing I did not sell was paper pass. Yeah. I would sell anything. She said she knows me. She has been following me for a while. There's almost anything I did not sell. If you say you want to buy a car, I know where to get the best car. If you want to buy clothes, I don't make clothes, but I was selling clothes. Are we following? I was selling books. I was doing printing business. I don't know how to operate a printing machine. That's the truth. I was printing banners. I was printing school books. So while I was still teaching and making my primary source of income, I was still selling my books and making my first secondary source. I was still teaching at events and making my second secondary source. I was also in affiliate marketing. Alright? And then as the money started coming in, I started doing investments. My first investment ever was 5,000 naira, not big money. I went to research investment and to start small money. So I started asset portfolio. How many of you know about portfolio management, asset portfolio? Jesus. See, bro, see, it's not like these things are not there, they are there. We just don't know them. Alright? One of my first experience with investments was with asset portfolios. I started buying portfolios. I'm not trying to advertise. I will still record it. I'm not saying anything. I know them, right? So I started buying asset portfolios. I bought for 5,000. It was generating about 3%, 5% monthly. One of the things you should get in this strategy, don't be greedy. Never. People that get wealthy slowly. Please take note of that. People that get wealthy, they get wealthy slowly. People that get wealthy out of volume. Get that too. Because people are looking at me now, I'm pushing this SUBA vision. They are looking at me like I'm crazy. I'm making 24% on lending. You are giving back 20% and retaining that's 4,000 on every 100,000. That media company goes out to cover an event. Am I there? Am I there? But will the money come to me? Good. By the time God blesses you, I will start to make money. Will I make money? Good. Have I stopped teaching? No. Have I stopped selling my books? Have I stopped the affiliate marketing? Have I stopped my investment? So then my investment portfolio has even grown bigger because I've been doing it for a while. I've been doing it for almost 5 years now. Okay? So, in your own business, what you are going to do, as you build your experience over time, number one, learn how to teach people that thing you know. Learn how to teach people that thing you know. You see that thing you know that I think is ordinary. People are willing to pay heavily for that knowledge. You see this my big auntie here. I know about money, I know numbers. That's the truth, I know about money. But it's when it comes to finance, accounting, and taxation, I will push you and come and sit at her feet. And learn, oh, it's true. And learn from her. And then she'll be like, boss, oh, this thing is not like this, doing this with me. This is what you do. Even though I have basic knowledge of that field, but she is the expert. But she doesn't do it for free. I write books. But when it comes to writing, you see this my mother, he is like a god. What is like? He's a god in writing. Before I started writing an e-book, I had to go and meet him so that they could able to see it. Sir, I have this idea. This is the outline. What do I do? And then he gave me strategies for, because he will tell you his own story. He has made millions from his book. I haven't. I'm selling book for 2,000. For me, it is just another stream of income. But for him, that's his core thing. My core thing is teaching. So that is why when you come and make me to come and teach or coach you, I will charge you a premium. Because that's my core thing, that's my primary source of income. I will follow you. So beyond getting money from your business, alright, teach people that thing you do. Teach them and charge them for it. For example, let me drag somebody. I've been telling that my madam over there, Madam Desire, she has a special recipe, cake recipe, that I have not seen anywhere. My wife bakes, that's her business too. She does catering and whatever. But she has a different, my wife's special recipe is red velvet. She has red velvet and fruit cake. If you eat a red velvet and fruit cake, you are gone. Just forget it. I'm not a cake person, but this is coming from me. You eat red velvet and fruit cake that she bakes. just ready your money because every month will be subscription. It's the truth. Because your body will be doing bring it. What I'm teaching her now is to start teaching people that special recipe. You cannot serve everybody. That's the truth. There are 200 million people in this country, you know. There are 55 countries in Africa. You can't serve everybody. On this road, I have my neighbor brothers. They have electronic shops. You see them, there is one in every 3 blocks. Are they selling? Yes. Don't say, people don't too many for this business. I don't know. No. Or if I can't teach them now, I don't know what I know. Can't they drag my market with me? That's not true. If you sell wig or you make wig, how do you make it? How do you do that your own will last 3 months? Teach people. That's number one. Number two. Are we following? Number 2, become an affiliate for others. That's the next thing I did. Become an affiliate for others. So once you have that experience, alright? This is business of experience I'm talking about now. Once you have that experience, okay, you are already teaching, you can also refer others and start making money. We are doing this, we are not accounting for the extra, but let's just talk about it. We are doing this long-reach business. Actually, you know, multi-level marketing. Long-reach. Am I producing long-reach products? Am I selling their products? Am I making money? So, there are systems already around us that we can leverage on. Sell, if you don't sell, you do not make money. Let's see, all of these things I'm telling you, if you don't sell, you can't hinge on selling. The money you want, that income you want to grow ×5 is in the pocket of someone else. Until you convince that person to bring out that money, you will not make money. That person is spending, whether or not you like it, that person is spending money on something. So, what you have to do is to make them spend money on the money you have. Are we following? So, affiliate yourself to a system that is already working. Once you teach, once you affiliate, then thirdly, start investment. Get an investment portfolio. Ladies and gentlemen, we are all going to die. That's the truth. Is the bitter truth. This destiny and come by turn to get to everybody. However, never make the mistake of dying and leaving a liability for the next generation. Never. Get an investment portfolio no matter how small. No matter how small. You can get investment portfolios for as low as 5,000. Is the truth. Get an investment portfolio. That's the third thing. Alright? Once you start doing that, then start building a business system. There is a difference between owning a business and building a business system. A business system can run without your presence. If you have questions, that's why we have a notepad. If you have questions, write them down. All speakers are going to take questions about the same time. So we're going to have a sit down here like a panel and then take questions. So write them down.
Let's get into it. Every day that we wake up, our lives become a part of experiences from morning to evening. Today I'm passing through a painful phase of my life because of the failure of the system, so to say, in Nigeria, and the failure of an individual. An individual in the sense that I had to drive all through the night. Then the next day, instead of sleeping, got into the steering wheel again. And then I became a victim around the vehicle. As a result, it's an accident happened. Somebody will say, was it the boss? Was it the boss? I paid my money to rent an Uber taxi. And the guy slept off on the steering wheel. Because when you go around and listen to stories of individuals, people who are passing through a lot of pain, somehow you appreciate your own life. I would even advise people from time to time just go to the hospital, UPTH, any BMS, walk around inside the world. You'll appreciate your life and for the state where you are. That's the truth. So some of them, because looking at when it happens, some of them, they have these cows. They are under lots of pressure to be able to repay every week, say 40,000, 50,000 naira. And you have to repay, if not, the tax is taken away from you. So in a way, it was a failure, but look at the whole thing. You appreciate life, but I'm still alive. You go through life. All the hospital visits, all the things that happen in the hospital, the things you see that can demoralize and depress you. And they place you side by side, someone who is suffering from cancer, and the guy is vomiting every night, stealing every night, uncontrollably. You will appreciate your life. Trust me, that's true. I've seen things in the past folks, experiences of my life that I've not even documented and shared on Facebook. That's the truth. So let me jump into it. So I'll be sharing with you things, so already, your body's already doing you, okay. It's all part of life. So, share a little bit about my experiences on how to do the business experience. I'm not sharing everything. For every time that you attend a conference or attend a seminar, you learn one or two things that you have applied to your life. You're not learning everything, but you learn a few things. So I'm going to share with you just a few things how you can do the business based on experience. Alright? So I'll just share stories. I like sharing stories. Share stories of the three people that are real stories, and then my own story, and then I'll jump into the steps that I will share with you today. So the first story is my cousin. Her name is Udoka, and when I tell you the name, you can search on Facebook, you find the person existing. So I'm not telling you stories of fiction that is not existing. So her name is Udoka, now my cousin. And when she had her baby had issues with feeding. She has two babies at the moment. Two daughters. The first one was that she was getting too fast. The other one was that she had issues with feet, to eat and all that. Especially Sri Lanka and all that. They have issues with, how do we call it? They respond negatively to those kind of artificial foods, right? So it was a problem for her. So at the point, she started looking for a solution, what would be the solution? And then someone just advised her, why don't you try out giving your kids natural stuff. So she stopped everything cereal, everything naan, everything whatever, and then stopped mainly with soya beans and all that. And she found out that after a few months, the babies were great, they were doing great. And as a result of her experiences, she moved around and found out that other mothers were also facing the same issues. And so what did she do? She decided to start out with Facebook, where she would be sharing experiences, and other mothers who are also having the same issues would come to part of the group. I joined the group, and I began to see that you can prepare very natural foods without, instead of using a cube of sugar. You know that some mothers now, they put 2 cubes of sugar into the food of their babies because they want the babies to taste it and sweet. So inside the group, instead of using sugar, artificial sugar, they use what we call this is that the Hausa guys sell dates. So they grind it, they mix it, and they put it inside the account, and then like that. And so I saw lots of things. So mothers were trying out a lot of stuff inside the business, mango bar, many things, and babies were eating, and many of them were reporting that their babies were really living healthy, not going to the clinic. So she has built a business based on experience. When she started out, and I got to do it, because for me, when I get into such places, I look out for where the money is coming out from, where the money has to come from. So I told her, you can start making money from these women. Because people come to the group and say, this company is doing this, that, what do you think? And then she'll come to answer. She'll be there asking questions and all that. And I said, become a consultant. People have to pay you for the experiences that you share. So that's number one. The second one is another client of mine many years ago. Her name is Chibi Chuma. search on Facebook, you find that Chibi, Chibee, Chima. So Chibi, when she was a teenager, some group of girls were in secondary school where she was, climbed over the fence and went to Port Harcourt. Then when they were caught, they decided to implicate their friends. And then they mentioned Chibi's name that she was part of them that went to the party. And her parents refused to believe. She said that she told them over and over again that she wasn't part of them, those who climbed the fence, to go and party. But the parents refused to believe her. So they said, in order for us to prove that you're actually still a virgin, we'll take you to the doctor to go and check you out. And so they took Chibi to the doctor. There are some doctors, medical doctors who are male, when the females come, you may not have any symptom, but they'll tell you to lie down. And they'll start pressing breasts, pressing other places that are not supposed to press. I don't know if you girls have experienced that, or some bad medical doctors do that. And it happened that the doctor who came to check her out was one of them. And then he slid his gloves and slid his fingers. He said to me that the time that the doctor put the finger to check, I don't know how putting the finger to check whether she was a virgin or not. That the moment that finger went in, she lost every self-esteem that she had. She hated her parents. She felt that they didn't love her much. And there's something about self-esteem. When your self-esteem goes down, anybody who presents to you any form of affection, you feel that the person is in love with you. That's how it happens. For the girls who are body shamed, they are girls, they are body shamed. Either they are sushi or they are on the other side. And when they are body shamed, any guy who comes around and says, I love the body the way it is, and I love you the way it is, they fall. And I tell the truth that the forces are very, very strong. That's why you see some people do certain things that they won't do. What's wrong with them? Why did they do what they did? That's the truth. So she lost that self-esteem, and the next guy that came around to prove that he loved her, she fell in love with the guy. And they got married. It was after the marriage, this thing about you understanding your partner, there was nothing like that. They got to be married. It was when they got to be married, she found out that the guy was both an emotional and a physical abuser. So he kept on emotionally abusing her, physically abusing her until after 4 kids. After the 4th kid, somehow she got herself. Maybe by relating with individuals, going for seminars or something like that. Something turned on the inside of her to tell her that she needed not to be in the relationship, the marriage anymore. And she opted out. Today she is divorced and she has 4 kids. But she looked at the experiences of her life, traced it back. By the time she started attending certain seminars to tell her about herself, she realized that her problem, when I was having sessions with her, she realized that her problem started with inside the doctor's office. She took me personally. That was where the whole problem started. And so she has looked at her life over time, and she has come up with a step-by-step process that enables other ladies who are about to get into marriage, or those who are inside of marriage, to understand what emotional and physical abuse is, and how to properly plan for marriage. So today, that's what she's doing. She's running a business based on experience. Does it make sense? Yeah. That's it. The third person that I'm going to share with you, her name is Banke Alawe. Banke, because I've shared 2 negative stories, So Banke Alawe worked for 25 years as a consultant to one of the leading consulting firms in Lagos. By the time I met her in Lagos 2 years ago, she said to me that she was feeling empty with her life. So she does all the things that she does whenever I get a project. But her own life was feeling empty because she felt that she had all these skills inside of her, but nobody was paying for those skills. And so we had a kind of a session. I found out that by being at the seminar, I found out that she could design very fantastic slides for presentation. PowerPoint slides, right? So I told her, do you know that people can pay you for this experience, being able to design PowerPoint slides? So I asked that person. Because this is what happens to many of us. There are certain things that we have we are gifted with. We look down on those gifts because we think that nobody believes in the gift. That's the truth. So she looked at it, considered it so trivial. But by the time we started having sessions, she found out that actually people pay her for the gift. And I realized that also she had love for tech, especially phones. So Banky would buy a phone, she would look through the phone, try to see what she could maximize with the phone, and do amazing stuff with the phone. And so today, she's doing a business helping SMEs to be able to leverage digital tech to be able to do their own businesses based on what experience. Does that make sense? Does it make sense? So I'll tell my own story also. So you heard that I worked in an oil servicing company. I worked for Cycle for 10 years. But by the time I was sent abroad to go and train for 1 year, maybe to be precise, the way this things happen, I will go for 3 weeks, come back, no, I will go for a month, come back, sorry, for 3 months, come back for 3 weeks, have some holiday, and fly back again. On the third trip back to Italy, I walk into the toilet to go and pee. Then the voice just came, is this what you'll be doing for the rest of your life? I was like, I was 26 at the time, so what the heck does that mean? But the voice kept on coming. Is this what you'll be doing for the rest of your life? After all, why should the voice come? Because I was 26, I was ready to climb to the top of the ladder in the industry, in the company where I was working, because at the time, my desire, my dream was to be the first African construction manager the company would ever have, because all the while they had been Italian. That was my dream when I was building. But the voice came to disrupt everything that I've been thinking about my life. So one day, by the time I got back to Nigeria, I went to visit, because something about me, I hardly stick to one church. So I went to visit this church, other church. While Pastor Michele was preaching that Sunday, everywhere fell silent, and I heard a voice that also said to me, "You have hands to write and you have a voice to speak, use them." Simple. And so I went back to my house and I began to reflect on that. And I remember that I had this experience that when I was younger, I could write a love letter to any girl and the girl will fall. Absolutely true. You may doubt it, but it used to happen at the time. So I was in secondary school, guys would come to me then, because back then in secondary school, your locker, come to class in the morning, you open the slide, the locker open. And so back then, when we used to do all those doxology, I wasn't doing the doxology thing. I would craft it in such a way that you fold the letter, you will perfume it, and go and slide it into the girl's locker. She come to work, she come to the class in the morning. By the time she makes this the locker, sees the letter listed, that's the journey to love. And I found out that I had the experience with words. I could craft words in a way that can keep someone bound. I could hypnotize you with words, and you're reading and reading and reading and reading, and you forget yourself. I don't know if people have encountered my reading words here. Many have told me that they have fallen in love with my reading business, just reading from the beginning to the end. The first sentence to get the last, no matter how long it is. That's true. So in my experience, I said, okay, I have this gift, why don't I utilize it? So I began to write in the company where I used to work beside them. So I looked at my environment and I found out that my colleagues had issues. Of course, everybody has issues. But majority of them had issues with their family, they had issues with their bosses, they had issues with their personal lives. So you find out that when you're working with certain employees, they are looking at you, but they are looking into space. Have you ever seen someone like that? You're looking at someone, the person is actually looking at you, but the person is looking into space. So I found out that many of them are having problems. Back then, our bosses would tell us when you get to the office, keep all your problems at the gate. When you're going back home, pick the problem and go. But as a supervisor of teams, how is it possible to keep your problems at the gate? Imagine your father was down the stroke at home and they call you before coming to work. And then you get to the gate, you just drop the problem from your mind that the gate, your father's stroke issues. And then you enter into your yard, walk. Those were major issues that was having that led to accidents. So somebody's feeding a plate into the machine. And all in his mind was father's issues. And he feeds his own hand into the machine. And the machine cuts off the hand, and he realizes himself. So I said this wasn't going to happen to my team. No, I was going to attend to their emotional needs because it was purely emotional at the time. So I would write for them, I put on the wall, write about their issues, their emotional needs and everything. And I realized that every time that they went to read those things, they will come back and tell me that, thank you for writing that and being a blessing to my life. This has happened to me, this has happened to me, this has happened to me. And then I realized something also, that many of them who are working in the oil servicing companies and oil companies, even with the major money they are paid every month, lack confidence in themselves. Trust me, many people who are working in oil companies don't know what will happen to their lives in the future. We have not had these conversations. Go and chat with bankers. You will see how empty some of them feel, irrespective of how much they are paid. And I realized that many of them in the company were very gifted. Some could sing, some could speak, some could do seminars. I realized one of them, every time that new people are brought to the company, they will send me to go and do orientation. And I'll go to them and say, yeah, you know you can speak, but many people will speak. Why don't you consider speaking in public? And you say, a lack of confidence and trust in their own abilities. So I decided I was going to help a few of them. Because I realized my own gifting, I was using them at the time. I used to go to public speaking and everything, when I used to work in the company. I decided to help them also to find their own footing and build also themselves, even for the business, but to make money from their own gifting. That was it. So that's my own experience. So I started out gradually, doing it for free. People would come, you spend lots of time with them, talking to them, taking them through the steps. And then that was how I was building. From free, I started charging small money. Then, back in the days, I could charge 1,000 naira and coaching for 30 days. 30 days, non-stop. You can imagine the energy, the strength, the time that I was putting in. People look at me today and they look at the fees that I charge now and they're like, you're okay. But they don't understand where you have been. If only they do. And I don't quarrel with them because they don't understand the past. 1,000 naira, from 1,000 to 2,000, 30 days non-stop, 6 hours a day to put you on the straight path so that you can understand yourself and make more money at least. 1,000 naira. So gradually, kept on building like that. So I'll take you to the steps as you can build a business based on experience. Number one is, what is the idea or solution in the experience? So let me answer it for you. Makes sense. So the first step is the idea. That's the first step. Second step is you have to design a methodology. You have to design the methodology. The methodology is simple. It's a step-by-step process to be able to take someone from point A to point B to get a result. So for example now, if you're going to teach someone or if you're going to take someone through a process, let's say we are weighing, 150 kg at some point, and people are yapping you and all that, and they decided to enroll into a weight reduction program. There were steps, right? You don't just enter into the gym and start gymming for 2 hours. You will die before the weight goes up, you will just die. The first thing is to condition the mind. I think that's where it starts first and foremost. They'll tell you, the therapist will tell you, love your body first. Even though it was stupid, thinking, why would I love my body? The first time I entered into a program like that, they were telling me, love my belly. I'm like, how? The belly is protruding like that, and you're telling me it was foolish. But they will tell you, the first step to reducing weight is to love your body at where it was at the time. Appreciate the body where it is at the time. How? So they will condition your mind first, and then they'll take you to food, portion, how to eat food, carbs, what to include in your food, and then the next thing is to now introduce you to gym, and they start going to gym, and they will tell you don't go to gym and do 2 hours because you want to leave. Do 2 hours. Trust me, when you wake up the next morning, your whole body will be like that. Somebody else put lead inside. So they'll tell you do 15 minutes. Then the guy will tell you do 15 minutes, then do 30, do like that, and start increasing. They will even tell you 1 hour is a waste of time. Because by the time your body has done 30 minutes, it's almost burnt out, thing that's going to bother. So there's a step-by-step process. So you take your, I don't know how many of you know Remy Obado on social media, Facebook, Remy. So Remy used to be very fat before, and she had issues, blood pressure, so many diseases that she had at the time because of her weight. But then she went through a process, and then today remains as it's kind of slim. And now she wrote a book, I'll get to that. And then she engages people, coaches them for thousands of dollars because she has a methodology, step-by-step process. So the reason some people don't pay is because we have not been able to outline the process that they can understand and see from beginning to end. So they come to you. All you're telling them is faith. We can do it. How are we going to do it? Don't worry, we can do it. The Lord is good. It doesn't make sense. Do you understand what I'm saying? That's why some people don't pay, because you can't show them a clear path to get from where their problem is to, for example, in the hospital. The doctor said, look at where your problem is. Look at where the fracture occurred. Look at your knee. Are you still going to the scan? I said, yes. This is what we are going to do. We are going to fix you here. And they showed me the path. And so your brain said, okay, this is how it will be. And they'll tell you, don't worry, when you enter into the theater, they will neutralize everything, no pain. So you feel comfortable with yourself. So they are showing you the methodology. How many of you would like to enter an airplane? An airplane. For those of you who fly. And then the pilot comes out into the cockpit and says, today is my first flight. Flying. But don't worry, the Lord will take care. Let us speak in tongues now so that this plane can take off and land successfully. Many of you will take off from the plane. It is the truth. For me, I will just, don't worry, sir. Please open the door. I'm not flying again. Pay me back my money. You don't want to give the money. It is what many of us will do.
That's fair.
Everyone here. I almost did not come here today, business goal, and in fact I actually cancelled, but I thought of the relationship I had with SUBA, and my new owner actually pressured me that I must find a way to make it here, and that's why I'm here too, and I'm so glad I did it, cancel. I'm so glad I did it, I'm so glad I'm still here. It's amazing. I've seen the other speakers. Thank you, Silas OZOYA, for actually this opportunity. I don't take it for granted. And I'm also glad to have met Mr. Emeka's despite the accident, still alive, hoping that's something we should be grateful to work for. So, and for everyone here, I'm so happy to see. I think a round of applause for. Okay, what's my topic? The business of experience. Okay, the experience of going in business. Okay, I actually had from my profile, best things, outbound businesses, platforms I've been on. Truth be told, I wasn't like this 2 years ago. I couldn't have been on this platform without the experiences that came my way and I built on winning. So I will really tell my story because experience is really about the story. First, I will say what's really an experience. Experience, I would say, is a goodwill. Really. It's intangible. It's something that's made up of so many sections. It's not something that okay, experience one. It's made up of so many factors actually. So I would actually tell my story and finally list out the things that can help you build your experience to grow your capital. Really. The reason why company A is charging so much money than you is because they are selling their experience. And the reason why you're not earning as much money as they are earning is because you don't have so much confidence to sell your experience. You don't have so much experience that you feel when I sell this experience, can they pay me this amount of money? So company A sell so much at a very premium price than you because they have gone through experiences made up of so many factors that make them say, this is my price, I will not make this price. And they know that even if you don't pay that money, somebody who values experience, somebody who values, factors that lead to you being where you are, would actually pay them. They're not afraid, even when you say no. So So I'm really going to, after I tell my story, I'm going to talk about how to build your experience. We've learned so many things from the other speakers, how to monetize, how to do everything. But this experience is what actually brings you the money. So what are the ingredients that will make your experience so worth it that people can pay you as much as you demand for? So I would say I started in the manufacturing firm as the accountant. You know, this firm has been running without an accounting system, without system, as Silas always said. You know, they've already had bad financial management over time, running down, and when it was almost holding up, we now started looking for an accountant. And I was just a corp member that came to Port Harcourt to serve. And you know, while serving, I didn't want to just serve, I wanted to do something extra. You know, because I am not the kind of person that would like to go home once I said, no, I'm a very forward-thinking person. I always want to bring up value wherever I am. So I decided to look for a job while my fellow corporate members were going through one day time. And then I was fortunate enough to, submit CVs, and I went home. And I was called on board by this company to become their accountant because of how they really wanted an accounting system, obviously, because of how they were running the business without accounting system. They just employed me for me to start work. And I was just a school leaver, I was still running my NYSC. So I had no experience, I couldn't charge anybody. Trust me, if you don't have experience, you will not charge me, no matter what. In fact, even if you charge so high, and the person says, well, why don't you reduce? You will reduce it immediately there. Because you don't have those ingredients that make you to say, this is the way it is, I'm not reducing. So at that time, I even wanted to learn. I wanted to work with someone, and then I got to start working for them. They were able to engage and auditor to come with me through, and all of it. But it wasn't even up to 6 months. The bad financial management was already sifting down the organization. They had to put up a lot of things to happen. Financial management is not a one-day thing, like you don't pay your books, you don't pay your records, and in effect, it's not a one-day thing. It's like water, it trickles down until the day it becomes so big. When you're running your business on cash flow, you're not running your business on profits, you're not running your business on, the vision of the company, you're using budgets to, compare with actual what is happening. It's be looking at your business is just like a child. You don't feed that child what it needs or what the child needs. The effect will always come back. So that's the same way business is. So the effect will always trickle down. Just give it time. It will come and demand what it wants from us. It will not be accounting the problem. It will come and demand the accounting from you. And by that time, it was already so big. So the company had to shut down. And I was old, with old salary, our old homes, all our homes then were really on the company. When the company got to shut down, I was all left out. I didn't know what to do. One of our boss's friends then was always coming around. He owned the business. He's been an entrepreneur for as long as. So he met me and was like, you're very good in accounting. You are able to do this. I see you're very passionate because I've done great things and come great. You're very passionate about this account, you're going to do some vision so many times. Why don't you start a company? And I told him I've never run a business before. I don't even know what a company is all about. I'm just a passionate accountant. And then, based on his own experience, we started in market finance, where we set accounting and consulting. And then we started out. So, meeting businesses because of the experience now who are coming to. Meeting business owners, I would charge as low as 5,000 there to run like a mini supermarket audit. Imagine that. I would work for weeks. Oh my God, it was scary. But I was doing this and I was wondering, what am I even collecting? What am I even doing? You're working around the clock and the money you even collect cannot even service the job itself. But when my co-founder would go to me for a job, because he was in charge of consulting, he's in charge of the consulting arm. He would then, for one client, trying to be like 200,000, while I'm charging 5,000. It's not now, this was 2 years ago. I'm charging 5,000, and then you come out with a check that is 200,000. I'm like, how did you do this? I couldn't imagine in my mind that someone would pay 200,000 for an engagement that was going to take 2 weeks. And mine would take almost a month. Mine would take more because accounting like at the end of the month. It was crazy. And I realized it was an experience. He has come from somewhere, he has built businesses, and I was just a young, fresh, and I was looking for businesses to dissect and find issues they have regarding finance. So, you know, when I decided to now build my own experience, I decided, okay, I cannot keep doing this. And I don't have the confidence to charge these people as much as I would because I don't have all the confidence that's needed. Then I decided to delve into building an experience that will make me, okay, so this is my charge, this is my fee. You know, that is how you actually create a 5x income because you can raise your bar so high based on the kind of experience you have, and then you will have a lot of funds to divert to other things. But if you don't raise your experience, raise your charge high, how do you now divest into other channels of income, as SUBA has said and a lot of people have said? You have to be able to raise your money first before you diversify. So then I decided to focus on experience, building experiences. Okay, so I will dissect what experiences that I built that I think might also help you in your course of your career, in your business, in whatever you're doing. So the first one is investing in knowledge. Okay, so immediately after I started working with businesses to find their accounting challenges and ensure that they have proper books, I decided to enroll in ICANN. I decided to invest in knowledge because knowledge makes you grow, knowledge makes you confident. So I invested, decided going for ICANN classes. I know I realized that because of the knowledge I was getting, when people call me for things, I would charge more. Gradually, I left in fact all customers who were paying me 5,000 naira when I go back to them. I went back to them and told them now we have a new company policy, 50,000. But I was still low. I'll be like, this 50,000 there now for next month. And they'll be like, wow, you speak so well. How can you do that? What's wrong with your company? I can't deal with it. And I will not even be bothered. All I do is problem. I'm like, so right. But there'll be no problem, madam. If you're not paying, no one. Like, why? Because the knowledge that I get in the classroom was now boosting my confidence, you know, you're not paying me for this kind of value I provide for you. Then you're not in a serious business owner, you don't know what to skill. So I just move. Surprisingly, someone else will call and even pay more than that. You know, so that's how I think that's the best thing for you to do. Because you know what is really good experience, what is the ingredient of that your experience. You know, I channeled my knowledge, I started building more knowledge, I started going to gain more knowledge in what I was doing. So another point, and then I started converting those knowledge into money now because I saw there are different ways I could make more money based on what I was hearing. Because those business owners don't even know that. And I knew that, you know, with this knowledge, you change a lot of businesses around. I see that, okay, if I talk to your organization and talk about your accounting and how this particular month you're making so much money, and the next month you're not making, why? Because of your accounting experience. Because when you come to accounting, you see there are different levels of your cash flow. It's in different levels. You have the operational level, you have the investing, and you have the financing activity. Operational activity, investment activity, and then financial activity. Operational activity shows how you spend your money on just operations in that month. So, okay, this month we just spend it on operations. Then we now go to financial activity. So, okay, this month we now invested to get loan. You know, financial invested in mutual funds. You know, finance is that financial investment, really the asset portfolio. Why? You invested from the income you already raised, you're able to invest in this to bring more money to your business. So the accounting now shows you the model of your cash flow. What did you really do with your cash? Because this is your channel of revenue. So you have to be very particular on what is doing for you. What are you focusing your activity on? What are you focusing the money you receive on? customer can give you money to give you opportunity to come work in your organization, whatever service you're offering. It's your character that really tells, your character that brings the return, your character that does everything. So sometimes things might not go really well, others maybe you didn't charge well, and then everything now turned out bad. I mean, others you don't even have enough money to follow it up to, and be bold, be responsible enough to go to that customer and then explain everything. So that character is very, very important. When you are not able to meet up with the client at the time you get, be responsible enough to communicate to this customer, I'm sorry, I can't meet up at this time. Okay, I'm sorry, this will not go today, to go tomorrow. It's those are the time factors that make up your experiences. You'll be like, this person should come. If she will not come, she will give you information that she will come. So these are the things that people would even prefer to pay you the amount of money you're charging because they know that you have character and someone who is brand new. That's okay, it's okay, I've heard of this place, I heard you're doing very well. They'll prefer to give money to that person who has experience. They've seen their character, they've seen that this person can vouch for, and someone they don't even know at all, not because she's all flashy or maybe there's that outside, all packaged. They prefer to work with you, really. So that character is very important, especially as young persons who are growing into something, who are building things that you want to have posterity. Character is a major ingredient to build your experience that will make you charge so much money with your experience on ground. Another point is focus on your focus. Really, I've seen a lot of people when they are doing something, they find maybe it's not really working, they find someone else doing another thing which is working. They tend to transfer from where they are to some other person's own. Why? They're not a focused person. If you want to see a successful man, you see a man that has been focused for years, building on it, investing on it, innovating on it. See, if you focus on something, you would get all the innovation that you need to attract the right people. If you focus on something, like you focus on making a dress, because you are focused on making that dress, you will know what the customer needs. Because if you make a mistake or it will get better, you will know, okay, this particular dress is not making money, I think I should focus on this. The customer needs this kind of dress. Like you're improving on yourself, you're not competing with anybody, you are your own competition. You're not innovating on what you have, on your product, just to service more people. Or you find the reason why they're not doing this market. Okay, why are people not because A is doing another thing, now fly from where you are to one to A. See, even if you move to A, because in life there are up times and down times. It's basic things in life. Seed time, harvest, like a second. There's a time you sow, there's a time you harvest, there's a time you go back to the soil, it's like a dry season and a wet season. So because you are in this particular season and then you're not making money at this season, you now feel that it's the other person's business that you want to is the one making money at that time, and you leave your own, you're supposed to sow seed, innovate or build character, everything, not what other person's own. See, when you run to the other person's own, you will still experience the same cycle of life. A time will come to you will not still have money. Is that what you want to keep doing over like the next 20 years? You're busy running around. Instead of focusing on your and seeing the needs your customer needs, improving on yourself, improving on your past, the way you service your clients, the way you communicate, everything, just improving on yourself. And before you know it, your experience is so heavy. You can build anybody on that because you worked on yourself over time. You improved on yourself. You've actually found out what they need. In fact, before they even need it, because you are really invested, you don't descend on the niche that you are. Really, so focusing on the focus is very important. It is the most important thing, really. That's the only way you can come out and say, okay, I have experience with this, and people will listen to you. You can build people will begin to come to you because you are focused. If you don't mind your business and you're always going to other people's things, when you need, for instance, you're making a garment, and you're wearing gowns, you make wearing gowns, and you don't mind your business to improve on your own processes to become better, and you're always in someone else's business. When it's time for premium brands to A is not doing something better, or the circle of life is not favoring A, you are running to A. It's all focused on your knowing that life is a season, and the whole circle of life will come. If you focus on it and improve on it. Okay, and then one other point I will talk about on the focus. If you focus on whatever you're doing, to get to a point where maybe someone else, a competitor is coming into the market, coming into where you are, and then using price penetration. You know, want to do that low price penetration, you will not be bothered. Why? Because you're now selling experience, low price. They don't know about the price more. It's experience more. That's what you need. You are so confident because you are improved your system over time. Nobody can struggle that because to story, to experience, everything. Even the person brings the lowest of price. I want to sell in volume. That person will always have issues because you have mastered the system. You focus on it, you mastered it. If the person is coming to say, don't worry, let her sell in low price. You've been there because you understood it. You understood it very well. So it doesn't even move you because now you're selling experience. Okay, if you want to compare mortgage, finance, and private capital. Private capital. Do you know we met some guys that said, I would prefer private capital to handle my own instead of mortgage. I was like, private capital charged 2.5 million there. For, I think it was to more private capital to run that audit. Why? I wanted to meet one of their accountants. I was like, why did you opt out for private capital? Well, I feel that they will have more capacity. You don't think really. Why? They have built their systems. They are, even when they came in and they even saw us, they are not before that. You know when they are not efficient, you know that even if they don't take another period practice, that's because they have mastered their focus on their system so well that they know that if you want to use low price, they can go for that. It's because they've been there. Because a friend of mine that was working in private capital told me her director traveled to US to have a convention or something. Immediately they came in, the director told them, please call all our customers. They are no longer doing accounting for 500,000. That's it. When they're, hey, it's not that you have called. We cannot be sharing you with. They found you playing everything for 1 year straight. Like 10 people just complain for 1 year. They feel this brand is yours. They're not sharing with everybody. So if you're thinking that your price is too okay, you want to use low price penetration, someone else who might use price scheme, high price penetration, same experience. So it's those intangible factors that make it up, nothing else. Last but not the least, I would say, accountability, the final thing. Become accountable for your own personal life. In fact, for you to be able to start a journey in your career, in your business, you must have a vision of where you want to go to. As the mechanic said that, when he was working with IBM, he already had a vision that he was going to be the best manager, in the company as a black person. So whatever section you're going to, whether in the business, you're in the career, that vision must be very different, because that's the only thing they're going to use to be accountable for yourself. When you take up your vision, have I moved here? Have I gotten better? Okay, you made so much money that month. How much have I saved? How much have I invested? That's because you have a vision of where you want to go to. So that accountability is very important. If you even have it, so some people say it's vision board. Just hang it somewhere. Okay, by this time next year, I should be in this country. Let me be like, I've saved up enough money to go to this country, to learn. Let me learn their own cultures. Or I want to save up this money to start this thing, to be able to invest in this sector. It's because you have a vision that you compare it to your personal life. When you're saving, when you're diversifying. But if there's no vision, there's always a saying, when there's no vision, there's no perish. So yes, no without, when there's no vision, no perish. No matter you run around, you don't run in circles. You see today, you make money, tomorrow you not make money. You don't even know where you're going to. But when you have a vision, that's when you can be accountable for it. That's something that's okay. This vision makes me holding me accountable in all the things I'm doing. Okay, I want to get this certificate to improve my experience. And when that time comes,
few points, you've grown for years, and then you're having a business, trust me, you become premium. People come and say to you, say no, because you've done it for less, and you see that you did not make profit. You say, what have you done it for? You've done it for less, you see that it has not benefited you, you're just running around. So you over carry it up, knowing that when you charge it up, you can actually invest in other things. Your life will get better. You will no longer be struggling with everybody that wants to raise. You know, that kind of everybody that's coming in, you're not struggling, no, now. You're better than that. Really. So, I think with these few points of mine, I will thank you very much. Let's stand up together for all of this. An amazing session indeed. The first thing that's entered my head, focus on your focus. Like, mind your business. Mind your business, not look for another person. Do what happens, better than you do your own. Do your own thing, improve yourself, get better at what you're doing. And the better you get, the more you gain experience, the better you.
So you read a lot and you like to read. It means that you can easily spot mistakes when you read. Is that not so? So you can start monetizing that skill with editing. Start charging for editing of whose work. Now, one of the blessings of being an editor is that you get to read a lot of work before they are even made public. And you read it for free. While others will pay to read that same material. So, if you love to read, I think the best thing for you to do is to develop a skill for editing and start charging for it. A lady just walked in, Rita Harrison. She does editing. She's a mathematics person, but she loves to read, right? She's sitting somewhere in that corner, and she does a lot of editing work, and she charges for it. And editors charge per page. Some people charge per word that they correct. So you can charge for editing and start making money. I believe I've answered that question. Who asked the question? I've answered? Okay, I've answered your question, right? Awesome.
Okay, any other contribution from our panelists?
When it comes to book, alright, so reading is great. I think we're reading consistently. Holding my hand. So the thing we're reading consistently is that people can, when they are done writing their pieces, they can send to you to read and actually find out if it makes sense. Do you understand? Like people send to me to read to see if it makes sense. And basically I like to do non-fiction, not fiction. Because even though I've written a book of fiction, I'm not really keen on developing my skills in fiction writing. But with non-fiction writing, that has a particular theme. It could be marketing, it could be leadership, it could be anything. I read it through the work and I say, okay, for this is how it's supposed to be. For example, I give you, when I was working with Eno on her book, Eno read a chapter and sent to me. And she would try to be as professional as possible. What I mean by professional, like, okay, just park, everything like that. No. I tell her, people are going to read this book. We are not just teaching. Because on her book, the one she sent to me, she would just pour the principle, pour the teaching and all that. I said, that's not how it's done. So you have to learn how to pass across the story. So we started with the story. We started each chapter with the story, and then the principle, and then the ending. So that's what it does. So by the time you read a lot of books, you understand how books are structured, you understand how they are supposed to pass across the audience in a way to be read and enjoyed. So that's one of the ways you can also make money. So people send you their finished manuscript and you go through them and tell them, okay, this is not in sync with the particular genre that you're writing. You understand? Does it make sense? So that's one of the ways. Also editing is also part of it. Because most people who read very well, they have a way of spotting errors. So they are reading, they are spotting errors in those pieces. And they think they pay. Like 2 days ago, somebody sent me a review of my book. And she was like, she saw errors. I'm like, God, Jesus. So where did you see errors? Like, for all my painstaking efforts, you still saw errors somewhere. You know, so it's because she reads voraciously. And such individuals, for example, such an individual, when you're done with your manuscript, they can send to you, and you spot out errors that they can work on before they go for final publishing. That's how it works. And then on Facebook also, there was a girl I told, that was how she started out. But you need to know how to do it, because if you don't know how to do it, it will come off condescending. So she loved to speak out errors. And there was this particular guy on Facebook. The guy calls himself a thought leader, like we do. But his words are mixed up with present tense, past tense, and all that. Where he's supposed to write past tense, he's writing present tense. I'm like, how would you pay attention to you as a thought leader when you can't even understand the difference between present and past? What would I be telling them as a thought leader? I didn't want to go directly to the guy, so what I did was to tell the girl to connect with him. So I connected with him and said to him, can I, any day you want to write a post on Facebook, please send to me first. I want to work with you so that we can polish. That was the way she put it. So when I now started seeing the pieces, I knew that the girl was doing her job. So from there, I now entered into coaching the guy. That the guy can understand the difference between present and past tense and all that. And today he's doing he's doing well, not so remarkably well the way I would really, but he has left where he used to be before. So on Facebook, you can see people writing all sorts of trash. You can enter their inbox, pitch to them, but be careful how you pitch. Don't go telling them, so you don't need to see what you're writing. You don't even know how to write. They will kick you out of their inbox immediately. So know how you pitch. For me, how I used to do before, many days ago, I used to do that. I'll take their written pieces, I'll correct it, I'll put it in a better format, and I will send it back to their inbox, not on their comment inbox. They really, oh wow, amazing. And I could get 1 or 2 jobs from there. That's how it works.
Thank you very much. I believe that answered your question. Okay, so our investment. As a student, what's the least amount to invest in real estate, agriculture, transport, forest, or small business?
Okay, with 5,000 naira, you can actually invest in mutual funds. We started with bonds, 5,000 naira. But it's always advisable to always don't just put 5,000 and go and rest, because the interest on it is very little. It's always advisable to wait to 5,000 and once any other money comes, just keep putting it on because it grows gradually. And then when the money grows, like for instance, you keep putting it for month by month and it accumulates to a year. And you are looking forward to invest into real estate. Obviously, all the real estate have, if you want to do installmental payments, they have that first bulk payment to make, then you can break down the rest. Some people have like pay 1,000 per day, all of that. So you can start with mutual funds, those safe risk investments you can do with funds. You can put in 5,000 every working money. You can now transfer the money from there to the real estate to now purchase a land. You pay that first bulk payment and then you can try the installmental package because you're not really earning so much money that you are paying salary. Because you're receiving money from parents or side hustles. So it's always good to invest in assets that have interest rates, even if it's small. Just keep it up till a particular time, the money comes up a bit. Now go to something that needs a lot of money. And it goes, we're able to kill 2 birds at a time. You invest money, go to money, then invest in real estate, and before you go, you're a landowner or forest, just like that.
Thank you very much.
All right, so just to add to what she has said, consistency is what matters. All right, if you start with 5,000, don't stay there. Be consistent with your finances. That's why I gave you that breakdown, the 70-30 thing, so that you are consistently investing into that portfolio that you choose. That's why for us we have a 12-month plan, and it goes all year round at SUBA. Okay? It goes all year round. You don't just do it one day and then forget about it. Okay? Well, we are killing 2 birds with 1 stone now. If you buy Mr. Baker's book, he's going to do a book signing for you here. So just bring the book, you'll sign, And next question, please.
Yeah, this is for you. For someone who wants to save for a period of 1 year for a future business, what is the interest rate? Also, please kindly recap on the mode and benefit of the organization for the benefit of those who came late.
Okay. For the interest rate, the benefit is 20% annually. 20% annually. Up till now, as I'm sitting here, I don't know of any bank that pays 20% on any kind of deposit you make with them, whether it is fixed deposit, savings, or anything. I don't know of any bank. And I have explained to you how we make that money. My dear friend said it is impossible to pay that amount of money. Now, this is why. It's not because they don't make money. They pay huge amounts of money for licenses. Alright? They have to pay for CBL license, which is about 25 billion annually. They have to pay for NDIC license. They have to pay for SEC license, the Security and Exchange Commission. They have to pay for the Nigerian Stock Exchange license. So by the time they accumulate all those amounts of money they are paying for licenses, they share it back. It's the end user that bear the cost of those things. So they come and put the weight on you. That's the truth. But for us, because we are a cooperative society, as a cooperative, we don't pay all of these license fees, because just with one license given to us by the federal government, we are able to take thrift and we are able to give loan credit. And the interest we are making on our loan credit is what we are sharing back to you, because it's a cooperative. We all co-own the fund, we all co-own the benefits that comes from whatever that fund generates. That is what a cooperative is. Alright? So if you want to save for a future business, maybe you want to do something next year, you start saving the capital now. That's the best thing to do. You can start putting like 5,000 naira aside, and you get 20% of your total capital at the end of the year. The second part of the question was what?
Can you recap on the mode and benefits of
Okay, the benefits, the mode of registration is either through a physical form that we're giving out or an online form. Alright? The benefit, number one, and one of the most important benefits, you have access to a community of like-minded people. You have access to it. See, in my place, they said that corporation, they make rice food pots. Yes, it's a pidgin adage. Now, if you have a community where you can all work together, for example, a lot of you have met Greatness today. Greatness is an awesome photographer. Beyond selling real estate, Greatness is an awesome photographer. So after today, you probably give him a job to come and cover your events. Is that not so? Now, because you met on this platform, he'll probably consider you and give you a huge discount. Because you are here today, you now have access to Mr. Emeka Nobis, which usually you will not have that kind of access. Some of the questions you are asking him and he's answering right now, he usually charges for those things. And he doesn't charge, his charges are like 6 figures, 7 figures. Alright? But here, you have access to him and you can talk to him. Miss Lovett is here today. You now have access to her services. Because you are coming from here, she'll probably give you a discount. And you start to beg for them, you get. So she probably give you a discount. Now, this is what I'm saying. It's first and foremost a community. Alright? Secondly, because I teach and I coach businesses and help individuals and businesses, by default, we also teach members of SUBA business strategies. We also train them. We also in the last 3 months, we were supposed to have like 2 trainings that possibly didn't really hold for some reasons. But we're looking at the reasons why they didn't hold, and we're working on them, and we're going to have trainings for our members. Also, access to loans at single digits, very low single digits at 2% monthly, which is almost the least I've seen in the market. I don't know if any other lender is lower than us at the moment. The closest we have in the market is 15%. Alright, by setting instant loan app. That's the closest we have in the market. Alright, and this is based on just 3 months banking history or 3 months saving history. Meanwhile, every other person will need at least 6 months. So a community access to fund January alerts is a benefit, because in the last 2 years we've come to find that our January alert has been a savior. We pay out in January is deliberate, because if we pay other cooperative pay in November, they become broke again in January, because you blow the money during the festive, right? And some pay in December, but we deliberately pay second week of January, because we know that that money is capital for a purpose, not for spending. All right? And that January alert, while others are crying broke, you have money to spend. So those are some of the benefits.
Whereas mutual funds will give you 10%, 11%. So I would even prefer you work with SUBA, because the percentage is high. So when you want to, and you don't give yourself 12 loans or 15, when you want to receive money, you're sending it to them. And then at the end of that 12 months, that January, you will have a lot of 20% interest is high compared to 10%. So let's be logical here, okay? And then once you get your money, you can always start your business easily, savings and
Okay, thank you very much. You are not understanding the first question very well, but it has to do with methodology for business system. I will assume the person is trying to ask, how do you develop methodology for a business or something like that?
Okay, I'm going to answer it in a layman's term. Is there a woman or is that person a woman or a man? Let me know first.
Who has the question?
Who has the question?
Who has the question, please? Methodology for business, you?
Okay, but how do you cook it out? Okay, how do you cook it out?
You fill the cut the into water.
You never got finish. Small.
Okay, firstly, you fill the
You bring all the yam from inside your bar, clean up, peel, wash again, put inside the pot, sprinkle small salt. That's the process. That's the important thing about that. But what's the process? What's the step-by-step process to be able to get from point A to point B? That's simple. Maybe the English is a big one. Methodology. They're not very expensive, they speak for it. But it's just a simple process. How do you go a business soup? It's a process. So imagine now that you're running a restaurant, for example, like my friend here wants to run a restaurant, and then she can't be the one cooking all the time. So if she cooks a business soup now, today, and I come and I eat a business soup, and I chop my fingers, I want to come back again and eat the same egusi soup and have the same effect, if not better. If I come tomorrow and I have a lesser effect, I don't vex with that. That's the truth. So for her now, she can't be cooking all the time, because maybe she has to go for a wedding or attend some other thing like that. So what will she do? She will now begin to itemize, how do I prepare a egusi soup in a way that gives that feeling, that same effect. So it will be like, okay, like that, I put it into the pot, I check for 2 minutes, I put in this, I check for 2 minutes. That is the methodology, and everything is documented. So if somebody is coming to work with her, she will tell the person, I beg, that style that you are cooking at home, just keep up. This is our style that our customers love. This is our recipe that our customers love. Take this document and do exactly as I have stipulated in this document. That's the methodology. So the person takes it, or the person, okay, you see, I put 2 minutes, check the time, I put another 1, 3 minutes, I check the time. If perhaps the individual wants to change it, she has to work with the owner of the restaurant and say, this is what I feel that can be better. And then the owner of the restaurant will now work with the chef and say, okay, yeah, this makes better sense. They may even test it out with 1 or 2 of their clients. And the clients say, oh, this is beautiful. They can now create a different a different recipe that their clients bought the same methodology. Do you understand? So another person coming into the business, this is how we do it here.